Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Welcome back to another review on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I gave y'all some on-camera content last night. My plan was to be on camera today, but girl, I've been a little tied up, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not really prepared like the understand. But I didn't feel like I should make y'all wait any longer for us to talk about this review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I appreciate you guys supporting the content, whether I'm on camera or I'm off camera. Y'all could be anywhere else, but you choose to come over here, hang out with me, listen to what I have to say, and I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now let's talk about some things. Make sure that you done hit that like button as you came in, girl. Okay. Sheree. First of all, Sheree is so happy, y'all, that Rihanna actually mentioned her. Hello? She mentioned Sheree. At least that's what it looked like in the tweet. But my question is, did she buy anything? Did she purchase anything? Did she send the fans your way? Was there a spike in sales? I'm just trying to really understand. I mean, I can't hate and be mad at the fact that Rihanna shouted her out. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Girl, you got a shout out for Rihanna. I ain't getting no shout out from Rihanna. Rihanna, shout me out too. Since you over there shouting out, ain't got time, but at the same time, you over there in your confessional referring to Candy as a hater, but over here praising Sheree, I'm sorry, praising Rihanna. So I'm just trying to understand what value did Rihanna bring to She by Sheree? Because I don't recall Rihanna mentioning She by Sheree, how you tried to make it seem. I only saw in the tweet that she mentioned you and how she loved you. So if she loved you so much, I'm just trying to figure out what items did she purchase, or have you sent some items her way? Okay. No. I'm just wondering, girl. The people have questions and we just would like to get the answers. All right. But either way, honey, let's scoot over. Let's talk about Drew. Okay. Because Drew is preparing for this whole music video. And girl, she was over there trying to show this young lady. I don't know if this young lady was an assistant or who she was to Drew, but she was trying to show her the dance routine to the music video. And Drew couldn't even remember the steps. And I said, Drew, you are filming this like the next day. How dare you not know what the movements are? Okay, you better get it together. Hello, get it together before we get to set, girl. What's going on with you? So that was a funny scene or whatever. But listen, I want to talk about that music video for just a second because I did get a chance to check it out. I must say, I really, really like the song. You already know. I downloaded it a few weeks back and I have been listening to it, and it's super cute. I like it. I think that Drew has a beautiful voice, and I would love to see her lean more into her music. You know what I'm saying? Lean more into that and do your damn thing. Miss Kenya, come to the front. We love you, okay? But I've been having to get you together. I feel a way about the fact that I've been having to get you together. You tried to take the Mia approach by saying that this lady's video was given low budget, and I didn't really think that it was. I didn't think, maybe it was low budget. Maybe it was because of maybe it could have possibly been a bit unorganized or something, and that's why you felt that way. But I don't think that the video was low budget at all. I felt like the video looked as normal as some of the other BS that we get from mainstream artists. So I didn't think that it was low budget. I think that it was right up Drew's alley. We have to understand that Drew, as Candiace Dillard, does not have a huge label behind them and supporting them for them to do this grandiose style type of video. She's working within the budget that's been given to her, and she's being able to work with a director that's reputable in the industry. So I think that's major for her. So shout out to Drew for that. I mean, Kenya, I don't think that you were really hating on Drew for real, because I think that you support her in those aspects. But I think that you was just trying to be a little piece of a shade while you was over there in the confessional. And you too, Miss Monietta, sit up there talking about you took your child to the skating rink as well. Your child goes to the skating rink, girl. Not y'all over there throwing shade at Drew. I don't really like that now. But let me say this, Drew. The music video was cute, but I didn't necessarily like the video for that song. I'm just letting you know, okay? I think that the video was best suited for something else. For me, as I watched it, I did not grasp the concept that you're hanging out with your girls and you're going to go link up with your man afterwards because he already know. I feel like the song is more so about your man and how you put it down. So I would have liked to have seen more scenes of y'all going out on dates and y'all enjoying each other and doing all this and that. And then at the end of the night, y'all gonna top it off with y'all smashing and stuff or whatever. So that's what I would have liked to see. What I truly believe when I watch this music video is that it is a clear depiction into your actual relationship, in my opinion. You be out there hanging out with your homegirls, do what you do, and then the only time you and your man link up is when he trying to fuck. Like, that's just kind of how I was feeling about that. I'm just telling y'all my perspective. Y'all may not have gotten that from her video, and that's okay. I'm just telling y'all what it is that I received from the video, and I wasn't receiving, you already know. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It just wasn't given that. It seemed like the video was more about your homegirls. Miss Sonya, what you doing back there? Put that down. Put it down and bring your ass over here and have a seat in this chair. Yes, ma'am, I want to talk. Why you don't like that lady, but you trying to be all up in her video? No, ma'am. We not I didn't ask you that. What I asked you was why you don't like that lady for real, but you had to make sure that you were sitting right next to her, skating right next to her. You always make it seem like she's a problem, but you wanted to make sure that you were seen in the video. And I just have questions about that. Like, did you want to do that because you wanted to be like, mama, look at me, I'm on TV or something? Girl, we already see you on a major platform. Like, I'm confused about that. Or were you trying to make sure that she saw you in the video so later on you could throw it up in her face about how you was there for her, even though you wasn't really rocking with her like that? Like, I was a little confused, girl. You and Kenya should have switched spaces. Matter of fact, you should have put Miss Candy up there. I'm sorry, Miss Candiace up there, and you should have scooted to the back. Hello? And they sitting over there, they sitting down, and she drew over there laughing and got her arm on Sonya. Switch her out. Switch her out. No, ma'am. It's giving third string. No, ma'am. She can't be next to me. Get somebody. Thank you for showing up, but sit somebody else next to me, girl. Not you coming over here being fake. Now, I was with Sonya when Sonya said, Drew, girl, you sure you want to skate? Because Drew had learned how to skate. I believe the white man there, I don't know, I think they say he was like a pro skater or something, but whatever it is, he was teaching her how to skate or whatever. And Sonya was like, girl, you just tore your Achilles heel or whatever. You had an injury, last year. You sure you want to hop in some skates? I said, now, Sonya, I don't give you many, but I'm going to give you that. Because I'm with you on that. Like, girl, why you not hopped your ass in these skates when you know mother and well? Okay, girl, you about to sit up there and broke your Achilles. Now you about to break your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, I loved how they shot it. And it looked cute. It made it look as though Drew really knew what it was she was doing on the dance floor, as far as skating around and stuff. So I thought Drew looked absolutely beautiful in the video. However, I do not believe that video actually went with that song. That is just my opinion. Okay. Now let's get back to Drew's house in the beginning of the scene where she talks about her sister Allison coming out to see her and spend some time with her and the kids, because I don't think that she's been to the home since they've been in Atlanta. Well, we also learned that her sister was her manager at some point, and Ralph don't seem to be too thrilled by the sister showing up or anything. We also learned that Allison stopped managing Drew at some point during COVID. At some point, because she had her own mental issues that she was dealing with, so she needed to like ease back. I guess Drew's career started to take off and it started to be a bit more than what she could handle at that time. All right, my question is this, Drew: since your sister is no longer your manager, who is playing in that role? Is it Ralph playing in that role, like he's been playing in your pockets, playing with your coins, playing in your bank account? I need to know this today. Who is your manager? Where is your scooter? Who is your manager, ma'am? Who is it? I hope it's somebody else. I pray it's not Ralph at all. Especially knowing that Ralph, according to the divorce documents that were put out there, he was taking money out of your account, your bank account, from what you said. And then we also saw where he was trying to petition to get Drew and his and her child the hell up out the house. And he over here taking money out your account. And this is after the divorce was filed. Like, girl, hell no. So is he the manager or is he not the manager? I'm just trying to understand. And I am so sure that Ralph was glad that the sister was out the way so that he could further stick his heels and dig his heels into Drew and manipulate her as further as he could so he can get his hands into that business account. And he may feel like, hell, you my wife, was yours is mine's, vice versa, or whatever the case is. So I get to go in this account whenever and however I want to. But girl, all I'm gonna say is Mary J, honey. Mary J. Okay, Mary J, honey, Mary J. Don't let him dip into your funds like that. Don't let him be that type of manager, because if y'all were to divorce, girl, you probably gonna end up having to pay this man money. Girl, you better learn something from this. Hello. But anywho, if y'all know the manager, I'm sure y'all gonna leave it down in the comments because that's just how y'all is. Now, Ralph says that the sister did a lot to hurt him, and that he banned her from the house, I believe, for a few years or whatever. So it sounds like that's interesting, because my question is this: did the sister take a break because it was a mental issue, or did the sister take a break because she got into it with Ralph and was forced to take that break from Drew and being her manager? No, that's just what I'm trying to understand, because y'all banned that lady from the house for a few years. So at what point in y'all marriage did that happen? And when she was banned from the home, was she still the manager of Drew? Because I'm sure that would have brought on a strain in that relationship. So did her mental situation trigger her to say things about Ralph that he didn't like and he banned her? Or was her mental issues a trigger from Ralph banning her after she called his ass out for who he was? Somebody come to the front and leave it down in a comment and let me know what's really going on with that. All right. Now, Ralph tells Drew that she's now asking him to do something that he has to process. Ralph, no one cares. I know I didn't give a silly goddamn. Do you hear me? Because you're constantly doing things to Drew and putting her through shit where she has to sit down and process for herself, because you don't ever want to be active, okay? An active participant in therapy, all right? So I don't really give a fuck about what her sister put you through, and now you're having to process for yourself whether or not you want to be around, talking about some he rather just not be at the house when she come there. I said, girl, this man will come up with any excuse to leave that home. What's really going on? All right. Now, Allison, what she told Drew was that Ralph was controlling and he was manipulative. Did she lie? I don't think that Miss Allison lied on that man, not one single bit. See, what it was is that Allison saw his as for exactly who the fuck he is. Hello? And that's the one thing about those type of men. Those type of men like that, manipulative, controlling, all of those trash elements, those are the type of men that when you have a friend or a family member that sees them for who they are, and they start to tell you the truth about that person, or even they tell that person the truth about themselves, they try to begin to make that person seem like a problem and this and that or whatever, to get that person out of your life, therefore to try to isolate you from those people so that they can continue to, do what it is they always do. You know what I'm saying? So that sister saw Ralph exactly for who the fuck he was. And just like America see him for exactly who the fuck he is, and we only get pieces of y'all life, whereas the sister was getting all of it. Okay? Because she gets to see everything that we don't see. So that just confirms for us that we're not crazy as hell. Hello? Okay, so y'all get that together, girl. I was not giving a fuck about nothing about how Ralph was feeling at all. Did not care nothing about it. The sister did eventually show up, but she took like all day or whatever the case was for her ass to show up. So yeah, that was a thing right there. It took her forever. Ralph went to sleep. Ralph didn't give a damn too much about seeing her ass no way. So it was what it was. Now, Sheree, all right. Sheree, she hasn't made profit yet. She's in the studio, wherever she's at her house, going through all of her She by Sheree items. And she has this new baby line that she's trying to launch, with her glam baby on there. And she's talking to whoever the guy is, Josh or whatever his name is. She's talking to one of her assistants, I suppose. And she tells this man, every time we have a meeting, you got a hat on, but it's never She by Sheree. Girl, then this man gonna turn around and tell this woman, well, I'm waiting for the new collection. BITCH, it's because he don't believe in your brand. He's only working with you to get him a check if he can get one. Hello? Girl, he don't believe in it. Because why he ain't got it on? Come on now. He should have knew better. He should have knew he was gonna be on camera. He should have knew that camera had came out. He should have went and swapped his hat and put it on at least for the meeting. But see, it's also given that you ain't got product. Because there's a hat on your website that I want. And what, it ain't been in stock since the website's been up. Let's be clear. While you over there telling Kandi you have different drops and drops drop at different times. When does the drop? Because it ain't dropping. The drop ain't dropping how it's supposed to drop. But you over here talking about drop it with Drew. Girl, what is the giving? When is it dropping? When is it dropping? But you want to talk about drop it with Drew, because I might as well drop it with Drew, because we ain't dropping shit with Sheree. But anyway, so Sheree says that she wants to have a conversation with Kandi. So she sent her this text. Why they had to do these fake ass voiceovers, I don't know. So the ladies are indeed going to meet up. Sheree does say something in the confessional. I don't know when she says this, but I'm remembering it as I talk about it with you guys. She said something like, I didn't want to have a conversation with Kandi in front of the ladies. Excuse me? Wasn't that the whole reason you brought all of the ladies together? For conversations and for them to sort out their issues. The only reason why the meeting ended early was because Marlo was on BS. So don't be trying to make it seem like you really care that much about the friendship with Kandi that you wanted to have a one-on-one conversation. Girl, bye. You was gonna have that conversation with Kandi, and if it could have led to a pile on, that's exactly what you was gonna let happen. It was what it was. Let's keep going. Marlo over there meeting with her foster care people talking about giving back. I don't want to talk about nothing Marlo has given back aside from the clothes she gave back to Kandi because she didn't want them because the fashions wasn't where she needed them to be. Hello? Okay, even though they were free items and she was supposed to be collecting stuff. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn she told Kandi last season she didn't want them clothes. But you want us to sit up here and listen to you talk about giving back. No, ma'am. You talking about the same way you gave your nephews back to the other sister because you couldn't deal with them and waited for her to give them back to you when you were ready. Girl, that's the only give back that I'm going to be listening to, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to scoot past. All right. Sonya decides she's going to pop up, and Sonya says to Marlo that she knows the other girls don't know the Marlo that she knows. And Sonya tells her that she reacts crazy to those ladies. Like every time you're around them, they send you back to the old Marlo, but they don't know the Marlo that I know. And then Marlo says, well, I'm going to have to disagree because here's the thing though. You know, I was over there trying to express myself, and then Kandi going to sit up there and say, F them flowers. So when you say F them flowers, girl, it's like saying F me and F my nephew and F my sister. And I think that's messed up. The least you could do is just talk to my sister. And it's like, Marlo, baby, let it go. Let it go. I want you to let it go like you let it go at that time and waited 3 years and then decided to bring the bullshit up. So I want you to let it go now like you let it go then. Period. Okay? Let's move on. I was glad that she did. She went on to talk about that blind date that she got going on. And I was happy because I said, yes, Lord, we're finally moving forward, pushing through this storyline, girl. Let's get off of that, girl. We're not on that no more. Y'all spent too many episodes on that. Let's keep going. Okay. Sheree and Candy. Candy says everything. Candy says everything. No, I think she said when she was with the lady, something about them arguing. Okay. The ladies arguing or whatever. Okay. She says she's done with Marlo. Okay. She said, every time I get with y'all, all I do is argue. That's what Candy said. So then Marlo asked her about Sheree. Candy said, oh, I'm sorry. Sheree asked Marlo about, girl, I'm just all kind of messed up. Sheree asked Candy about Marlo. Candy says she's done with Marlo. All right. Sheree is like, well, Marlo said a lot of stuff about you last year, and all it took was a bucket of chicken for y'all to make up. And Candy like, well, BIT, it's gonna take more than that because fuck that chicken. Like, girl, fuck them flowers and fuck that chicken. Like, girl, that's just what it's giving for me. I don't care. So Sheree tells her that she thought they were good at the reunion until she heard her talking negative about her business. And Candy says, yeah, I mean, we were good or whatever. She's, I believe Sheree tried to tell her, like, I've been very supportive of everything that you had going on. And then Candy's like, yeah, you have been supportive, but I've been supportive just as much to you as well. Sheree says that's when Sheree said something like she didn't want to go in front of the group and talk to Candy. She wanted to have a one-on-one, whatever. Candy says that she hasn't purchased from the website because I believe Sheree asked her, like, did you purchase anything? And Candy said, girl, I can't purchase anything because the website always down. Like, is the website even working? And Sheree was trying to explain why the website was down. She says it's working. She was trying to explain why the website was down. Nobody really cares. Okay. She tells Candy, you don't come to me for music advice, and I damn sure don't come to you for fashion advice. And I said, girl, now she done shaded Candy directly to her damn face. That Candy got that to say. Girl, she basically telling you that you ain't got no fashions, you ain't got no style. That's what she telling you. Okay. But I guess it's fair. Touche, bitch. You ain't got no vocals. So we on the same page, girl. You can't sing. You don't know nothing about no music contract. So you're right. I don't come to you about music. Okay. And that's where I make a ton of my money. So yeah, you're right. So then she says all she had to do was ask Sheree to hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, I think Sheree said all you had to do was ask. I think like ask me instead of like taking shots and all of that about my business. Like all you had to do was just ask me where I was with the website and everything. And then Sheree says I've supported your business countless of times. I brought a lot of people there. It took us hours to get food. I never went online and I never bashed you. She said I could have took shots at you about the health inspections. And then Candy was like, yeah, she said I did have failed health inspections, but the thing is I went back and I passed those. You never went back and fixed your stuff. Now, at that time, Sheree was still having issues with the website, right? What else? I feel like in that moment, it made me think that all of the ladies, for them, not all of them, but most of the ladies, they try to make it seem like Candy is a bad friend. Not most, Sheree and Marlo, trying to make it seem like that lady's a bad friend, but she always supporting y'all for the most part. And I'm not really understanding why Sheree is really so upset with Candy for the little shade that she threw when everybody has been throwing shade. They have been throwing shade for years. This isn't something that's new. They've talked about spring, summer, fall for years, talked about you for years. And then now that you finally got something, you want to be upset about it and you want to complain and feel like Candy this and that. Girl, I'm sure Marlo has said some shit about your stuff. Have you confronted Marlo? But it's giving Sheree and Marlo have this type of alliance where they're trying to take Miss Candy down or make her work for that check or whatever it is they got going on. I just feel like that's really BS. Candy does apologize to Sheree. And the only reason why I'm okay with this apology is because if Candy truly knows that she talked about that lady business and it wasn't right, cool, apologize. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and Sheree did that, Candy would not like that either. Okay. So it's only fair. But I do have this problem with you, Sheree, BITCH. Now that Candy has apologized, and girl, this was months ago, this was last year. Hello. Now that Candy has apologized to your ass, you have now decided to disregard the apology that she did give you, and you have now gone out here and thrown all kind of shade about Candy's businesses, talking about you don't know if you're going to get biscuits or bullets or whatever else it is that your ass was over there talking about, ma'am. So yeah, that makes you look whack to me. Yeah, you didn't apologize in that moment. And I would like to see if you're going to apologize at the reunion, because you're now doing the very thing that you did not like for Candy to do to you. And Candy apologized at that time. And this was months ago. God knows how long. But it definitely was last year. And ever since you've started doing your interviews before the show started and all of that, you've been throwing shade at Candy. You've been throwing shade at her businesses and all of that shit, all after this woman has apologized to you. So we'll see what's going to happen as the season continues to go on. Okay. We talked about Drew in the video shoot, and I thought that it was cute. And I also felt like Sonya was trying to do too much because she was definitely trying to be all up in the camera or whatever with hers. So that was that. I don't really think it was anything else. I mean, Candy, I don't think she showed up. Kenya was there. Monyetta was there. We talked about the low budget. We pretty much went over Drew in the video shoot. You guys can leave the rest of your thoughts and comments down below. Marlo talks with Sonya because she's headed to her date. Okay. Marlo's headed to her date. She gets on the phone with Sonya. Y'all know Marlo needs attention. She needs acknowledgement. She calls Sonya. I'm getting ready for my date. And you didn't call me. You didn't call me. I'm getting ready for my date. Girl, I have anxiety. I have anxiety. Oh my God, girl. I am really worried. I have anxiety. Like, I don't know what this man look like, but he better be rich, girl. I just got a lot going on. And then she asked Sonya, what you been up to? Sonya said, oh, I was at Drew video shoot. She said, oh, well, I didn't get an invite. Oh, let me call Drew with her fake ass. Let me call Drew fake ass and see what she's going to do and tell her I'm on a date. She's probably going to flip her wig or whatever. She calls Drew with the fakeness. How you going to call Drew a fake ass woman and then get on the phone with her being fake as hell, talking about how beautiful she looks? And then telling her about the date that you're going on, acting like you didn't just cuss this woman out and all of that. And so I was like, Marlo, girl, you faker than her. Like, I can't. Like, you about just, if Drew fake, you fake as hell. So she gets on the phone with Drew, and Drew pretty much, went right into, checking her. Like, thank you, girl. Thank you for saying I look cute or whatever like that. But I need to talk about your actions. I didn't like how you talked to me about this, like this or that. We supposed to be cool. That's not how you come at me and all of this stuff. So they're having a full conversation about that, or at least trying to. Marlo did apologize. Drew was trying to further get her to understand. And then Marlo hung up in her face and then proceeded to call Drew fake and then proceeded to talk about this woman's body. Like, how did we get here? talking about she's shaped like a box, and then sat up there and said her husband don't even want her and all this other stuff. And it's just like, I didn't like that. I mean, does Ralph want her? I don't know. The way he's been out here acting, that could be a fact. But as far as this lady's body, that's fucked up. Because number one, the lady had 3 kids, and number two, she was dealing with some type of fibroids or whatever was going on internally with her body. Okay, she was dealing with that, and then you were aware of the surgery that she had and how she's been self-conscious about her body and needing to get that weight down. And you want to sit up there and drag that woman and talk about her. Meanwhile, you hurrying up and rushing over there to the doctor to suck your box out, to get your lipo taken out. Like, girl, I can't. I don't like that. I ain't like how Marlo came at her. I don't like that. But Marlo gonna do what she do, girl. When Marlo don't get her way, she goes extremely low. But ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that though. They gonna just call out the other stuff Miss Candy doing because they feel like it's so problematic and it's such a problem. But I would love to hear what the Marlo fans had to say about the unwarranted things that she said about Drew and her body out of nowhere. Yikes. Because remember when Candiace sat up there and said Ashley had a big forehead? That forehead was wide. Remember how y'all tried to go in on Miss Candiace for a forehead joke or statement? I want to see that same action when it comes to Marlo over here, body shaming Miss Drew, a woman that has had health complications on top of 3 fucking children. I would love to hear it. Meanwhile, this is the woman who has somebody else's children and then decided to send those children away to someone else because she couldn't handle it. Goodbye. Marlo goes on a date with this guy. He owns the restaurant. The restaurant was given every bit of classy and all of that. We learned that they had some things in common, like they both have been locked up before. I believe he said he has a child or 2. He's been married previously. He's no longer married from my understanding. So we learned a few things about him. Marlo is really feeling him. She really likes the fact that he's a boss. He has a nice restaurant. He probably got a piece of a coin. He can relate to her because he's been locked up too, and she ain't got to worry about nobody judging her. To hear that man had kids, I was like, sir, I don't even know why you telling her that and why she's acting so interested, because we know that she's not. Because she gonna send them away too. Girl, it's giving boarding school for the kids. But either way, honey, that's all that I got. Marlo went on the date. The date was cute or whatever. So we'll see what's going to happen with that relationship between her and that man. That's all that I got, honey. I am JamiThatsMe. Leave your thoughts and comments down below for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please go ahead and do that as well. Okay. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.